Hello and welcome to the first of our monthly MaxCam podcasts.
The aim of our podcast are to give you a brief rundown about current topics ranging from recent changes issued by the Tax Office to business strategy, tips and ideas.
And with Christmas just 5 weeks away, we thought it was an opportune time to discuss Christmas parties and FBT.
So what are some of the FBT issues employees need to be aware of, Carly?
Well, Cass, one positive is that food and drink on a work day at your business premises consumed by current employees is exempt from FBT. Are there any situations where it's not this simple though, Cass?
There is. If on the other hand the Christmas party takes place elsewhere and other people are in attendance, you may need to look into this further.
So the first thing we look at is the cost of the benefit to each person attending the Christmas party less than $300? If so, this benefit is exempt from FBT under the rules.
One area that can cause confusion is where an employee's partner attends. So you're probably wondering whether the $300 limit is per person or per couple.
And the answer to that, Cassie, is that the limit is $300 per person. So if my partner attends the Christmas party with me, the combined value is $600 before FBT applies.
Another area of interest are the FBT implications of giving a Christmas gift to your employees. Again, the minor benefit rules apply, and if the value of the gift is less than $300, no FBT applies, even if the gift is given to employees at the Christmas party.
That's right, Cass. One issue to be aware of is that the cost of providing a Christmas party are only deductible to the extent that they're subject to FBT. So this means that where benefits are treated as minor benefits, they are not tax deductible.
Interesting. So now we have covered FBT and Christmas parties, we will take a few moments to discuss some other common FBT issues.
One issue that a lot of people think when FBT is mentioned is the private use of motor vehicles. What can you tell us about FBT and motor vehicles, Cass?
The first thing we need to look at is if the employee has private use of a business car.
That's right, Cass. And a point to remember here is that the directors of a company are automatically considered to be employees of that company. So private use seems pretty straightforward, but are there any specific instances where an employee has private use of a car?
There is actually. When the car is garaged at an employee's residence, it is considered available for private use. This is irrespective of whether the employee has permission to use the vehicle privately or not.
Okay, but there is an exception for this where the vehicle is an FBT exempt vehicle as listed by the Tax Office. Examples of these vehicles include utes with carrying capacity of greater than 1 tonne and passenger carrying vehicles designed to carry 9 or more passengers.
Okay, so once you have determined that an employee has private use of a car, how do you determine the FBT implications?
There are two methods for calculating the value of the benefit received by the employee. The first is the statutory formula method, which uses a set rate determined by the total number of kilometres travelled by the vehicle in the FBT year.
The second method, called the operating cost method, uses the logbook percentage of the vehicle to determine the value of the benefit.
That's right, so remember that if you are using the operating cost method, a logbook must be kept. And under both methods, the value of any fuel, oil and other running costs paid by the employee can offset the value of the benefit.
Okay, so while we're on the topic of fringe benefits, Carly, another area of interest is the living away from home allowance.
So tell me a little bit about this fringe benefit, Cassie.
Well, this is a new fringe benefit item, which is an allowance the employer pays to an employee because the employee is required to live away from their home.
Okay, so this allowance used to be non-taxable, didn't it?
Yes, correct. However, by treating this allowance as a fringe benefit, the concessional tax treatment is also limited.
Okay, but there are some temporary concessions available for an employee at a particular work location where they can substantiate expenses incurred on accommodation and food or drink.
Correct. Yeah. Okay, Carly, so I think that's covered most of the current FBT issues.
Yes, I think so, Cassie. And if anyone needs any further information about any of these topics, please feel free to come in and see us.